Hey everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to be taking a walk around this lovely, lovely city that I decided to visit for God knows what fucking reason. Check up on my store, see how things are going, and see how things are on Friday night. So has anything changed since I did all these real estate videos last year and 2 years and 3 years ago where everything's empty? Or has everybody come back? Has there been a genuine renaissance? So I figured we would start with my own block. So let's just start with my store. Check it out. This is my store over here. And that is my window that, well, don't drink 6 glasses of whiskey in 20 minutes. I'll leave it at that. That's going to be fixed on Thursday. So first thing I'd like to show is pretty much when you walk outside. God knows how long this thing's been vacant for over here. This has been vacant for a while, and it still is. This was here actually years before I even rented the store that I have now. Fuck off! Yeah, you can see people drive here mildly differently than they do in New Hampshire. Over here, the retail for lease sign is out of the window, and there's actually a permit in the window. You may remember this. This is the space that I was going to rent at, I think, 14. It was 13 or 14,000 a month for this. I shit you not, it's half the size of my current store. And as you can see, there is a work permit here. So there's a work. Again, granted, this was issued a year and a half ago. The for lease sign is no longer in the window. But on the inside of it, it still pretty much looks like an empty dump. On the outside of it, it's still pretty much covered with graffiti everywhere. And the window still has what appears to be 2 or 3 years worth of slime on it. So let's just walk down to 6th Avenue. We're going to walk over to 6th Avenue and just take a walk up the block and see what everything looks like over there. And we'll also see how long AT&T is going to let me stream for. So it looks like I'm getting 320 kilobytes a second up, which means this video should be somewhat visible. But at some point, AT&T's unlimited $107 a month 5G data plan that supposedly doesn't throttle you until you go over 100 gigs, we'll see how real that is. Yesterday, I was actually streaming at 10 kilobytes a second. That's literally dial-up. AT&T is such trash. All right, so I'm gonna walk down the block, see how everything is. I just bought a bunch of long-term put options on New York City REITs. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Okay, over here, there's a for rent sign on the block. That's been there for a while. Half floor, full floor. I'm always curious when I see businesses that are closed at like 6:30 on a Friday. How the fuck are you paying your rent? Like, I just don't get it. I'm jealous. I guess I'm jealous. I don't guess I'm jealous. I am jealous. That means that you make enough money during the few hours that you're open to pay your rent here. So this is still for rent over here. We'll just change this over. Wider camera. 1,700 square feet, so it's probably $30,000, knowing this shithole. All right, let's keep it up. Hey, it's 6:30 on a Friday. Where did everybody go? I guess these are all the wholesale people. So they make their money during the day. We're going over to 6th Avenue. The trick is to not pay rent. Yeah, the problem with not paying rent is that you get kicked out. Okay. This is a pretty active block. Nothing closed over here. Actually, never mind. Literally, right as I said that. Okay, that doesn't really count as closed. That's renovating. They have brown paper on the window and renovating. There you go. I think maybe I'm gonna walk up to around the Times Square area and then call it a day. I almost just walked into... That was distracting. Continue. The rent sign in this building. After going through 3 years of information and network and communication classes, I come to the conclusion that data caps are a scam in and of themselves. AT&T is a scam. They tell you you only get throttled once you go over 100 gigabytes, but I'm not even at 100 gigabytes. My speed just dropped to 100 kilobytes a second. Anyway, so there's a for rent sign up there in that building. That's one of those eyelash nail places. Those places are like very those places are damn near slavery. I've heard a lot of people say that they wind up, just finding illegal people to pay below minimum wage. I feel bad for them. Okay, so over here you got a bunch of, I guess all the wholesale people. You'll see that until you get up to like 32nd Street. Then you're closer to the Koreatown area. So, lights red, but again, who gives a fuck? Please do not cross thing. A guy over there with BMW and a really tiny penis that made sure to rev as loud as he could in an area where he can't go more than 17 miles an hour due to traffic. I guess there's a lot of people lined up to this place, some restaurant or hotel. That's a lot of people lined up over there. That's good. Oh, it's AT&T, so this video is gonna look like shit. This video is brought to you by AT&T, by the way. I don't think I can get sued for saying that because it's technically true. Like AT&T is the mobile broadband provider that is bringing you this. How's it going? That guy recognized me. That was cool. Infinity Laser Spa, barbershop. Okay. So, there's a body foot rub place over there. God knows what goes on inside there. Just keep it moving. Can only imagine the horrors. Oh, you guys remember the building that I showed you last year where literally every single space in it was for rent? Hey, big surprise. It's all still for rent, so check it out. Ground floor, space for rent. First floor, space for rent. Second floor, space for rent. Third floor, space for rent. The entire fucking building has been empty for over a year because nobody wants it. There's a lot more people walking around outside now than before, though. You gotta admit that much is true. There's a lot of space for rent over here. Again, this shit's gonna be empty for like the next 5 or 10 years because they probably want $40,000 for a hole in the wall. Ah, space for rent over there. Another one. Let's see how Samsung S10e Zoom is. Enhance. 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 There we go. Yeah. All right, let's keep it moving. Light is red. Does anybody give a shit? Not a single fuck. Okay, come on. Jesus Christ. People walk so fucking slow. Holy shit. Can we... Right to J run. Instead of J walk, can you J run? Like you're going through a red with cars nearby. Can you at least have some sense of immediacy to you? Right. I don't know what the fuck that means, Aditya. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's a letter or a word or an emoji. So I can't help you there. Okay, it's definitely more crowded. You see all those reports that offices don't have all their employees back to work and that the subway ridership is still really down from where it was in 2019. But it's still massively crowded. I think a lot of people don't understand that we have 8.4 million people in a space about the size of Knoxville, Tennessee. So even if you have, 1 or 200,000 people that are not really there, it barely makes a difference. So over there, it looks like, what is that sign? Herald Towers, Gem Realty. So I'm guessing that there's some space for lease over there. I don't see anybody inside of that store. So I'm guessing a lot of that is for lease. And it's probably going to remain for lease for a really long time. Because who the fuck can afford that place? Sorry. Who the hell is going to be able to afford that? All right, let's get in front of the tourists. I don't want to get... Oh, Jesus Christ. Wait a second. There are tourists back in New York City again. That's because city retail space is so expensive unless you have a key skill service like yourself. No, you don't understand. My space right now, okay, so my rent was $66 a square foot, which is lower than all this other shit. All this other shit you see here is going to be $100 to $500 a square foot. In this area, $300 to $500 a square foot. My place is 66, but I'm not even paying the full rent right now. I'm going to have to pay the full rent again starting in September or October, at which point I will either A, pray for a miracle, or B, peace out and bye-bye Rossman Repair Group. But the point being, you got to spend years looking for a deal to actually do any sort of business in the city. Let's see if PAX is still around. When I used to do house calls, they had a lot of healthy food options available. I used to have 3 requirements when I used to go to get food. When I was doing house call repairs in 2009 to 2000. What the fuck? What the fuck happened here? What is this shit? Are you serious? What, the fucking Incredible Hulk is like... Argh. Okay, what was in here to be worth stealing? Like, what were they even taking? Is there even anything in there? Jesus. Okay, by the way, for those wondering, my stream is now down to 95 kilobytes a second. So AT&T is clearly lying when they say that they won't throttle you until you use 100 gigabytes. I have used less than half of that, and I just got throttled from 300 kilobytes a second to 100 kilobytes a second. So, and I've only been streaming for 12 minutes. So it literally only took 12 minutes for AT&T's over $100 a month unlimited 5G data plan with 100 gigabytes of fast data to start throttling me before I'm even at half of my limit. You could clearly see a difference in the quality and the bit rate of the stream from 6 minutes ago to now. Fuck you, AT&T. I wouldn't mind if they gave shit service if they just didn't lie about it, you know? Like, the fact that they lie about where their data caps and their throttling are is serious bullshit. Okay, what's this? What do we got here? No way! I used to love this place. So one of the things I look for when I go to a food place, 3 things. A, I want to be full. B, I want a place to go to the bathroom. C, I want to spend less than $10. So I'm full, have a place to take a piss, less than $10. And PAX always used to do that. In addition, PAX was actually healthy too. So this is a really good restaurant, and they had chains around the city. So it didn't matter where I was doing a house call, I could usually find one of these. And my schedule was kind of fucked because I didn't have a bike back then. I didn't have the e-bike. I was just kind of walking around and I was just kind of going around with the train from house call to house call or walking around. It was really convenient to have those places. I'm kind of sad at the fact that they're gone. I love PAX. I wonder when PAX left. Man, that sucks. Sucks almost as much as being AT&T's fucking customer. Imagine being stupid enough to use AT&T. Imagine being Louis Rossman. Okay, check this out. Another prime retail space for lease over here, right across the street. But there's a lot of people walking around. That's the thing. There's all this foot traffic, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Because there's no amount of foot traffic that's going to make $30,000 a month for a shithole worthwhile. Over there, 980 Avenue of the Americas. That has a retail space for lease. That shit over there is just white paper. I don't even know what the fuck they're doing. What is that? That's an air conditioner and white cover over the window. Bead Center. What is this? Let's change the retail space for lease. You have to realize this is the literally prime Manhattan real estate. This is blocks from Times Square. 37th Street and 6th Avenue. So 6th Avenue is where you're going to find UBS, and other investment banks, international conglomerates. Like, this is close to the fanciest and most expensive part of the city. So if you can't sell people on why it's worth it to be here, then It's blurry because AT&T sucks. So I have this little thing, it's kind of like a bandwidth meter that shows up on the top of my phone. And at the beginning, I was streaming at 300 kilobytes a second, and now I'm streaming at 70 kilobytes a second because AT&T throttled me. Fuckers. Let's see. Okay, so across the street, got some retail space available over there. Look at that. And what do we have on this side? Prime retail space for lease. How would you feel about imposing a tax on landlords who leave their property vacant rather than lowering the asking rent? I'd be open to it. I'd want to hear an argument as to why it's good and why it's bad, but it's definitely something I'd be open to. I'd really want to understand what the incentive structure is to leave your building empty, and then figure out how do you attack that particular incentive structure. So rather than propose a solution like that without really understanding what the underlying incentive structure is to have buildings that are empty for 10 or 20 years, I'd want to understand that specific incentive structure so that you come up with a solution that targets it rather than a knee-jerk reaction. Although I would be open to that as a conversation. So what do you have across the street? Portobello and Moe's Southwest Grill. Not Moe's Southwest Grill. No way. Moe's Southwest Grill. Do people react around you like you're crazy? I don't care. I'm not even paying attention to what other people do. I don't give a fuck about anybody else who's outside. I care about me and what I'm doing. Everybody else can blow me. So this... Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, leaving it empty, you say you could claim losses, but who cares? Why would you want to, like, I would rather, this is something I don't think people get about business. I would rather make money than write off losses, you know? It's preferable to make money. It's preferable to make a profit. Like, let's say that I make $60,000 in profit, right? In my business. And let's just say, I'm just pulling numbers out of my ass here. Let's say I make $60,000 in profit, so I have to pay $20,000 in taxes. That means that I made $40,000, but I had to pay $20 in taxes. Now, if I buy $60,000 worth of equipment for my business, now I've made no profit. So I have a, quote, total write-off, but I've made no fucking profit. I need profits so that I can, like, pay myself. So, I don't know. But I'm a pleb, what do I know? Before AOC got elected, I reached out to about 30 or 40 different management companies within the city, leasing companies, management companies, and landlords and investors, and I said, I see that there's this kind of tidal wave of socialism coming along where the landlords are all considered evil, and I'd like to present your side of the story. Here are the questions that I'd have for you, and I'd like to not edit out what you say or try to get you in a gotcha moment. I kind of want to understand why things are the way they are from your perspective. What do you have to say? What do you think? I have a channel with, I think at the time I had 500 or 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, so you could tell your story to them. I didn't get a response from a single one of them. A couple of them I showed up to in person, a bunch I emailed and phone called and showed up to in person. So, I mean, like, now, again, you should always try to figure out why things are the way they are before you assume the worst. That's important. I think a lot of people in society nowadays just assume the worst. Jesus Christ, people walk so fucking slow, it's unbearable. I'm running in a bike lane just because I don't want to walk behind a bunch of tourists. But the problem is, if you don't explain what's going on, then you kind of, I think at some point you're responsible for people assuming the worst of whatever it is you're doing. That was the argument I made during when the GameStop thing that was going on. When forget his name, the CEO of Robinhood got up there and he said, well, no, we don't have a liquidity problem. Well, I mean, there's two things that could happen. Either A, you stopped trading because you didn't have enough money for the deposit requirements of the DTC. It's because you had a liquidity problem. Or B, you were doing something malicious. Now he said, well, we didn't have a liquidity problem because we stopped trading. But that's fucking weasel words. But the point is, you need to be open to getting out your side of the story, honestly. And I was willing to do that for landlords 4.5 years ago, and I didn't hear jack shit. But then again, I was a MacBook repairman on YouTube. Why the hell should anybody give a shit to give me an interview or a time of day? Okay, so we're getting into the really fancy schmancy area of New York City, the Bryant Park area. This is an area where 99% of the people watching could never afford to live. As you can see, nobody here can afford to rent it either, so don't feel bad. The entire bottom of that building is retail that is not rented by anybody because they're not going to pay the asking price, nor would anybody who is sane. You also may notice that there are a lot of tourists. There are definitely a lot more tourists walking around than there were even just a few months ago. Yeah, so I guess there are a lot more tourists that have come back to New York City. I guess I could consider myself a tourist at this point. My state ID and my license plate does not say that I am home here. I don't consider myself a tourist because I don't block people on the sidewalk from walking. I used to get off the X1 Express bus around here. 44th Street and 6th, then walk over to 44th and 9th to go to the Film Center building to go to work at my internship. Oh, wow, it looks like we have either a piece of land or an entire building for sale over there. What's that? You probably can't see that because AT&T has nerfed me down to 100 kilobytes a second. But I don't know if it's the building they're talking about selling or the empty lot that's next to the building. Very interesting. Oh. Boutique office opportunities to transform your work. Leasing contact, full floors from 16,000 square feet. You know how much they're going to want for 16,000 square feet? What is that? Is that a flower on a bonfire or something? I have no idea what any of that is. It looks empty to me. There's a lot of people back here. To be honest with you, I didn't really walk past this area very much for the past 10 years. Like, I stopped walking through this area when I stopped working in the Film Center building, and I stopped doing house calls when I had a store. So it's been like 10 or 11 years since I walked through here regularly. But there's definitely more foot traffic here than there was when I rode my bike through here a year and 2 years ago on camera. So when you read those articles where they go over the office occupancy and MTA ridership being down and all of that, just to give you an idea of how crazy the city's budget is, even with all of these people here, there's still not enough money and enough commerce. Just crazy when you think about it. I mean, this should be good enough, but it isn't. It's a meme car over there. I'll make a left on 47th. We'll go through Times Square. Custom shop. Personalize your jersey in store today. It doesn't look like this place has had any sort of personalization of anything for a long time. That looks empty. Make a left here and circle back around to the store. MP says he loves living in New York City. I hope you enjoy yourself and are happy. NHL shop, Fanatics experience. Sad. Yeah, the quality sucks. It's not on me. That's AT&T. You only get a few minutes of streaming before they throttle you. But Verizon used to do the same shit, so they're not bad. Exceptionally built restaurant opportunity. Exceptionally built restaurant opportunity. Opportunity. Oh man, when I used to work in the music business, every time I heard somebody use the word exposure or opportunity, I want to fucking shoot myself. Or situation. That's another one. Situation. This is a great situation that we could be getting at. Fuck you. Fuck you in your situation. And your exposure. And your opportunity. You take your exposure and shove it up your ass. This looks kind of nice. Wonder what's in here. Stuck. It is not the camera. It's AT&T. It's a fucking stream from a cell phone. What do you expect? There. It's a stream from a cell phone. This is all you get. You get the 100 kilobytes a second that AT&T is willing to give me. Because after the stream is at 3 or 4 minutes, they say that's enough for you. That's enough mobile data for you. And it caps you. AT&T doesn't need to upgrade their servers. They just need to stop lying. Like, don't say you give 100 gigabytes before you throttle people when you throttle them at less than 1/3 that on your unlimited plan. Okay, we're entering Times Square area. Wear a repeater. What are you talking about, wear a repeater? Get out of here. Yeah, most people, what they do when they rate carriers is they do a speed test where they download 1 or 2 files and then they say this is the speed that you could expect. No, it isn't. Can you sustain it for more than 2 minutes? That's the real question. That's where they get you. So retail, flagship space for lease. That's a flagship. And here's the thing I want you to see. I want you to see how much foot traffic there is once we go over to 7th Avenue. And once you see this amount of foot traffic, and this is still not enough for anybody to want to rent that space, that should give you an idea of how fucked everything is. Like, that space is available, and that space has been available since I last looked there 2 fucking years ago when I did a bike video. Look at how many people are here. Look at this. I'm going to put the wide-angle camera on. Check this out. Wide-angle camera. Look at this. Look at all the people. Look at this. It's right out. That space is literally mobbed. Look at this. And nobody is willing to pay what they're asking for it. That should tell you something. Look at this. I can't physically fit in here. Fatu G to you too. Look at this. Look, what is... The traffic is not moving. The guy is just honking his car nonstop because the traffic isn't even moving anywhere. You can't go to the end of the block if you wanted to run because you'd be in between so many people. And all these places are still for lease. That is how fucked the New York City real estate market is. I think that guy who came up to me was saying 5G to you. Listen, he wanted to wish me 5G to me, so I wished him 5G back. He must be watching this stream and seeing how pixelated it is. That's why he walked up to me and said 5G to you. You hear the honking? Hear the honking? Ah, it's cute. Look at this. So, this is literally like playing Tetris to walk around, and the places still are empty. Look at this. And I'm gonna put wide angle camera on. And I'll put normal. It's all the people that are behind me. That doesn't work. That doesn't work, Paul. I've already done that. I tried using private internet access as a VPN, but AT&T's smart. It's not about where you're streaming to. It's if they see 5 minutes of data, it always winds up nerfing me. Here, I'll show you. I'll do it now. I'll switch over. 1 sec. Now let's see if this does anything. Whoa. Okay, you know, I had 500 kilobytes there for a second, but now it's down to 100 kilobytes a second again. Let's see if this works. We're gonna see how it's smart. So the moment I started the stream, I had 300 to 500 kilobytes a second, and then after 5 seconds, it went right back down to 100 kilobytes a second. So yeah, AT&T is too smart for VPN. It's like you're using your data plan, fuck you. Okay, this is insane. You didn't see that. That's because my bandwidth is so bad. What about a hotspot? What about a hotspot? Where am I going to get a hotspot from? You know where I'm going to get a hotspot from? Fucking AT&T or Verizon. Same shitty duopoly. I guess you have T-Mobile too, but they suck balls through so much of the US that it's if you want to travel around the country, it really sucks using them as a provider. Look at the sidewalk. To be clear, a lot of these spaces are leased right now, but okay, never mind. Literally, as I said that. Flagship retail for lease on the corner. Oh, camera's not there. Here we go. But everybody here is walking through a bike lane and nobody gives a shit. I love it. Flagship retail for lease over there. Isn't USA a development country? Yes, we have a lot of developers here. We develop shit. That is empty? Yeah. Admittedly, you don't have as much empty real estate here as you do elsewhere. But it's still surprising to see any of it empty at all. That's how you know what they're asking is crazy. I mean, all the companies you see are major brands like Skechers, Starbucks, Taco Bell. Dear God, this is what it feels like to be a tourist. You know, I don't know anybody that spends any time in this area that actually lives here. Everybody that lives here avoids Times Square like the plague. Unless you're going to see a Broadway show, which I used to see before all the COVID shit. I'll go back to 7th Avenue, walk right back around to the store. Whoa, 200 kilobytes a second. Don't get so generous on me, AT&T. Who is a hero of yours? Tim Gills, Slipperman, also known as Slipperman online. Tim Gills is a big. Roy Hendrickson from Avatar Studios, Ricky Began from Avatar Studios. Who else? Duco Vandermeer from the Netherlands. Who else? Holy shit. Holy tourist Batman. Okay. The tourist section we're out of. Thank God. You can breathe here. Never visited the Netherlands, no. Have not visited there. You're near an AT&T store, so they upgraded your bandwidth for 2 seconds. That would be funny. If they made it so that the phone works better until you fucking leave there. So when you go to the store to complain about it, it's like, I don't know what you're complaining about. It works just fine. Look, you're getting a gigabit up and down. What the fuck is this up here? Do you guys see this? Spot chart player has stopped. A problem caused this program to stop. Oh, that's funny. They're paying a lot of money for that to be there with that error code too. Please tell me you don't have like Windows XP running your ads. Ruffle ad.exe has stopped working. Why does it look like a dump everywhere? Because it is a dump. I don't know what the fuck everybody is here to visit. I don't get it. I think it's just because people see these fucking movies from the 70s and the 80s and they have this dream of it being something it isn't. And then by the time they figure it out, you know, it's too late. They already spent $1,000 to $2,000 on some shitty hotel. They had a gift shop over there. Okay, what is that? So this space, it looks like somebody tried to write the number 6 or 16 in there. What is that? So there's nothing in that building, but it looks like the number's about to fall off on somebody. Potato live streaming. That's AT&T, bro. That's AT&T. They give you 3 to 4 minutes of sustained 300 kilobyte per second, and then after that, you get nerfed down to 90. Happens every time, every single time. They actually have a setting that you can enable or disable for your bandwidth. So again, you get 100 gigabytes. The whole way it works, you get 100 gigabytes before they nerf you. Now, if you want, what they do is it'll limit stuff like YouTube to lower bandwidth and lower resolution automatically for you if you click this setting so that you don't use up your bandwidth cap quicker when you're using apps like YouTube. And I already turned that shit off. But they've done me the favor of nerfing me anyway. They're very kind. They want to make sure I never get to my bandwidth cap. Prime retail restaurant opportunity. What's this? Another one to my left, 525. Make it. I wonder what this was before. Retail for lease.
Thank you. How you doing?
Does that ever work? He just looked at that woman in the black blazer that walked by and the black pants and went, "How you doing? You look good." Does that ever work? Do we have any women in chat that can like confirm or deny whether this works? I've never tried that before because I have this assumption that it never works. And it didn't work over there.
What is the price?
It didn't work with him. I can't imagine that ever working. Like of all the pickup lines that, "Hey, how you doing?" As somebody walks by on the street, I just don't see that working. Retail space for lease. Okay, admittedly I noticed something before the retail space for lease, but look, another one. Retail space for lease. 501 7th Avenue. Was that a CVS? Is that a CVS coming soon or a CVS closing over there? If you're hot, anything works. I'm not hot, so that's not gonna work. That dude definitely wasn't hot. As a guy, I can say it doesn't work. Saving 100 times, you might hit one. I guess it's worth it if you try it in high numbers. I think you have to have a certain personality for that. You kind of have to have a salesman's personality. You know, if you're a cold calling salesman, you have to be open to being told to go fuck yourself 99 times for that one customer that's going to make you your money. That'll make your day worth it. But you have to be open to hearing "go fuck yourself" 99 times without it affecting your self-esteem or your mood at all. And it takes a very specific kind of person to be able to do that. And I don't think that's most people. That's why sales jobs have such high turnover. People think they can do it and they take it, but then they realize, I don't want to get cursed out 99 times to get one sale. I think it's the same thing when you're trying that type of pickup stuff where it's like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're right, maybe only 1 out of 100 do it, but is getting told to go fuck yourself 99 times worth it? Depends on your personality type. I don't have a salesman's personality in that regard. This block looks like it's pretty active. All these stores appear, never mind. Okay, most of these stores are open. You have one thing that says over there, "store for rent." You got one store for rent over there. This side you got TD Bank. Chase could learn something from them, instantly printing your debit card in front of you instead of taking 2 weeks to mail it to you. Greek from Greece. That looks like it was open at some point in time. There's a Just Salad that's coming here. They make good salads. Shout out to Sasha from 7th Avenue's Just Salad, if she's watching this video. This place is completely covered. I don't know why. Okay. Yeah, there's no way in hell there's a deli that is closed in New York City at 7 o'clock on a Friday that's making any money. I'm going to assume that's a closed business. Yeah, there's a lot more people coming than there were before. Hear the sirens? Hear those sirens? Beautiful sirens, beautiful sirens. About a block away from Penn Station and Madison Square Garden, so this is another very touristy area. Fuck you too. Okay, that scared the piss out of me. That ambulance is right next to me, and it just turned on its siren. That scared. I jumped like a little bitch. The people behind me must have been laughing. Yeah, that scared the piss out of me. Okay, this used to be a deli. Again, the reason I say used to is A, there's a Realty Trust sign out front, and B, if you're a deli in New York City, you're not closing at 7 o'clock. Like, you're just not. The only way that you're making money off of all that low profit margin shit is by staying open all day round. All day, all year, every hour. But everything else here is open. You got your pizza, you got your scamming gift shop with shitty electronics in the window. You know how many of these places would sell A1181s for $1,200 all the way into 2012? In 2012, I remember seeing a place selling an A1181 for $1,200. Like, this 99% of but the thing is, if you have a gift shop in Times Square near Penn Station, the thing is you kind of have to scam a little bit because that's the only way you're going to pay your rent.
Yeah. Different area. Greenwich. It's in Greenwich Village.
She looked so unhappy. That was the angriest face I've seen on this entire walk. Hope she has a better day. Everybody should have a good day from time to time. No, it's a bad idea, Merlin. That would have made it a worse day. Let's head back to 27th Street. Nobody cares in Dredge. Does everyone in New York City smoke weed? Not everybody, but a lot of people do. My sample size is biased because I spent a lot of time as a technician at recording studios. Not, television and broadcast recording studios, but like recording, like at Avatar for rock musicians and at other places doing hip hop, and there's a lot of weed in those places. But I've never smoked weed. Whoa. Note to self, pay attention. Let's see if anybody rented the store that I was looking at with Alan. What do you guys think? You think anybody rented the store at 124 West 30th Street? Remember that place? I was this close to renting it. And then they said, we want a 4-month deposit, not a 3-month deposit. It's like, get out of here. You're playing games. Oh, no, it wasn't that. They wanted a large deposit, so we negotiated to a smaller deposit, but then they said they're basing the deposit is the last 3 months of the lease, not the first 3 months, which I've never heard in my fucking life. So you pay your deposit based on the rent at the beginning of the lease, not at the end. At the end of the lease, the rent was going to be $17,000. It was not going to be $12,000. So you're just trying to trick me into getting the larger deposit that you wanted all along. Everything on this block is for rent. So yeah, I wound up walking away from that place. They acted like they'll get somebody else to rent it tomorrow. So I'm kind of curious. It's been almost 3 years at this point. Look, another one over there. That's empty too. Oh my God. It's still not rented. It's got the same sign. So the place that I was looking at was the one with the AMH trading sign up here. And as you can see, nothing has changed. It's still here. It's still here. Like, it's still... Holy shit. Nobody rented that for 3 fucking years. Yeah, I'm sure they really wanted to make it look like they were bending over backwards. Look, we lowered the rent for you. We're willing to cut down the months of deposit down, all the way down to 3 months of the last 3 months of the lease, which is bullshit. And it's been 3 years and nobody rented it. Fuck you. That shit's gonna be for lease for eternity. I don't get it. Why do people have to be cunts? All they had to do is not be cunts with the length of the deposit, and they would have gotten like $200,000 out of me over the past 2 years, easily. You'd get an easy $200,000, and instead of getting 200,000, they got 0. Like, what is this? Why are there eggs over here? Is that an egg? I think that's an egg. Oh, I get it. Okay, so this box is probably somebody's rug, and that's their home. And maybe that's their... Oh, that's fucking sad. There's a good chance that's where somebody sleeps, and that's the food that they're saving. That's crazy. One day you cook an egg if you're homeless. This is where... There's a police station on this block. It's not illegal parking if you're a policeman. It's illegal if you or I do it. It's not illegal if they do it. But they also don't have any place to put their vehicles here. There's a very limited amount of space in Manhattan, so they really have no place to actually put all these cars. So it's either they put them here, or you just don't have police. And there was a big movement two years ago that was working on trying to get rid of the police. Luckily, they lost. So, is he selling pepper spray? Oh look, retail space for lease. Retail space for lease. Another one. Looks like this is a right. Yeah, Apple Bank. Apple Bank. No affiliation with Apple Computer. Five Guys Pizza. Sure, they're doing a great job paying their rent with the 3 people that are eating inside there. And I don't get how anybody makes money here. I can understand how people launder money here, but I don't get how people make money here.
Why?
How's it going?
You're a guy, right?
Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Well,
What's your name?
Damone.
Oh, nice meeting you. You have a good night.
You too.
What a nice guy. He was totally normal. I wish everybody that walked up to me was like that. Shoegasm. What the fuck is shoegasm? Dude, do not have orgasms over shoes, and if you are, seek therapy. There's nothing about these shoes that would ever give me an orgasm. We're coming up on the anti-fake news newsstand guy. I don't know if you could see the displays when it's closed. I think you can only see the displays when it's open. Choose news wisely. This is Gigi Cafe. This is a sign that says equality because I guess that's supposed to do something to improve the world. Yeah, put a sign on. Put a bumper sticker. I'm sure it'll change anything. Fucking jackasses. This is Gigi Cafe. It's where we all used to be able to get brunch. Did I just say Lekfest? I just did say Lekfest. I was about to say Lekfest. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But not anymore because they closed. It looks like that Pret a Manger, it still owes us fucking money for a repair from 2 years ago, has finally been replaced with something else. Pliables. Pliables. Fuck it is. Why would I have a gimbal? Why would I bother with a gimbal, Fuzzy Bunny? What the fuck would a gimbal do for me when I have AT&T? If I have a gimbal, you need some place to carry it. So you'd have to have a case or a backpack or something. I don't want to walk around with a case or a backpack. Too much of a pain in the ass. I also need the ability to shove this all in my pocket if some lunatic tries to hit me and take it or something, which is easier to do if I'm just holding a phone, but it's hard if I'm like carrying a gimbal and shit like that. I need the ability to immediately shove this in my pocket and defend myself. And here we are. We've come back full circle. Full circle. The pixelation does the stabilization automatically. Indeed. We got the neighbor's garbage. And we're back at the store. Back at my shithole of an office. Hey, how are you? How are you? Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, Carrie. How are you? Bin Dog, how are you? Good to see some regulars here. Hello, Hugo. Okay. Mr. Clinton. Hi. Who's my boy? Alright, I'll see you all later. Dindog, I'm proud of you. From what you've described in the live channel, we've spoken about that in the past. That person was asking for it, so good on you. I know audio is bad because I turned the mic around. So I turned it around so you could hear Clinton. It's a shotgun microphone. This is not a professional stream. This is a fucking dude walking around the city with a cell phone. Alright, see y'all later. Goodbye. No shit, you can't hear me, you fuck. I turned the mic around so you could hear the cat. No, Mr. Clinton, these fucks don't know what a shotgun microphone is. Yell at them, Mr. Clinton. Yell at them for their bullshit expectations. I know, they're assholes. They're all assholes. Tell them, Mr. Clinton. I know. I know. I turned the microphone around so they could hear you. Clinton? Clinton? Mr. Clinton, come on. so cute. They're so cute. All right. See y'all later. Hope you have a lovely Friday evening, everybody.